esta acá.
Like I hate this.
All right.
I'm gonna fly like an eagle to the sea. Fly like an eagle, let the spirit carry me. I'm gonna
Shut the fuck.
I don't even know if that's I don't even know if it goes like that.
I don't even know. I thought you knew the lyrics.
No,
I thought you were
I
honest.
was just going along with whatever we're going.
Flying like a river. Oh no, not a river.
Fly like a bat with a hat.
You're crazy.
Yeah.
I you
Oh my
okay,
God.
you what?
My eyes.
You're all like fly like that.
With a hat.
You have proved that you fight well. Now you can join us.
Keep cupping sweats. Wake up, check your phone. Ignore the alarm. You're still alone. Wake up, rewind the night. Who are you? But also kind of who?
Hey everyone, and welcome back to F and Adulting with Crystal and Lorena. And in today's episode, we are going to be talking about inspirational women in history, like now as well. So it's super exciting to get to learn about some of these ladies I hadn't heard about.
Lady.
Yeah. I don't know. Anyway, it's gonna be a really fun episode. I feel like we're gonna learn a lot. That's the reason why I like to just make random topics, because sometimes we don't even know, like we have to research and find out, and most of the time, not sometimes.
And then we end up learning a lot from it.
Yeah, so maybe we should have just named ourselves like educational podcasts. random facts about everything, right? It's
About
like
inspirational women, about drugs,
about
and
everything.
yeah. But we also talk about like our stuff too, like
could have been
for
like
example, our
yeah.
So that's not actually educational. So don't drink and drive.
Well, it is educational because people learn.
That's why I said don't drink and drive.
All right. So how are you doing, Crystal? How's your day? How's your what is it? Monday. How's your Monday going?
It's Monday. It's going pretty good. I had an appointment earlier, like I told you.
Yeah.
So, but I'm already out of it, so it went well.
An appointment
and I was off today, and
so you're off today. You just went to your appointment, and that's it.
Chill the rest of the day.
That's good, because you never really get to chill, huh?
I know, like it's not being on the computer, like taking care of people.
Yeah. And then
you,
I have you here actually working still.
It's not work because I get to talk to you. You know what I mean?
I don't know. I hear people say it's kind of a job trying to talk to me.
No,
it's a little difficult.
No, I don't think so. Sometimes.
Yeah.
Nah, just
sometimes, but not today. I'm super happy.
I know.
I won a raffle thing. Remember?
I heard.
So Priscilla,
tell everyone what you won.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell. Share with everybody. Anyways, our friend Priscilla from Pure Romance, the one that we had our guest, she had a raffle. When was it? When did I tell you? It was Sunday? Saturday.
Was it?
On Saturday, she had a raffle going on, and they were like $5 a ticket. So I'm like, right away, give me 3. I got 3 tickets, and I ended up winning the raffle, and it was like $100 worth of whatever you wanted from the website.
Oh,
And of
what did you get?
course, I got a. I don't want to say.
Say it. Be
Say it
proud.
and be proud. I got our little friend that we both liked. Remember the purple one, the opening
Yeah.
act, which if you guys don't remember from watching it, I really recommend for you to go watch it because it's actually a really fun, educational, super funny episode that we did with Priscilla, and she showed us the first sex toy that she showed us, or vibrator, was the one that I got. It was that purple,
Yeah.
pretty little one, pretty little thing.
Perfect.
Yeah,
We're on the move. On
so
the
I'm
road.
super excited to get it.
Oh, you haven't gotten it yet?
I haven't gotten it yet. No, you're like
Oh, I
with
was gonna
that
say, oh, let's show
smile.
everyone.
I with that smile, I thought you would have had it already. You had it already.
I thought so. I was like, oh, she already used it on her second
Your
clip.
face is glowing. You
No
dog.
wonder. I was like, whoa.
You're like, there's something different about you, Lorena. What is it? Is
I
there an
wonder what it is.
Anyways, I won. So
How was your weekend?
my weekend was very chill. I watched the trippy ass movie. It was
Which one?
Vivarium, something like that. I don't know if you've seen it. It's on Amazon Prime, and
Oh,
it's a trippy movie, dude. It's about a couple. Um, they're like a young couple, and they're looking for a house, and they're looking for a home or whatever, and they go to this real estate place, and this guy, he's like a weird dude. He's like talking to them. He seems like an odd guy, you know. He talks to them, and then he's like really persistent on taking them to go see the houses, right? And then he takes them to
yeah.
this like little place, like this little neighborhood. I guess that's where all the houses are at. Um, and they're all the same. They're all like greenhouses and they look the same, you know? So it's already trippy
It's
enough,
weird.
like to begin with.
Yeah.
Because you enter this neighborhood and it's like a private neighborhood or whatever, and everything looks the same. So then they're
Same.
like, what the
Yeah.
fuck, you know? And so they're already like tripping out because this guy is like weird, you know?
Yeah.
And then so they just kind of go with them to just fucking go with the flow or whatever. And then eventually, like, you know, there he's showing them the house and like trying to be like really normal, but you can tell he's having a hard time because he's a weird dude, you
Weird.
know. So
Yeah.
sorry. So he's showing them the house or whatever, and then he disappears, and then they're like, "What the fuck?" You know. So they go outside, and his car's gone. So they're like, oh, "What the fuck?" Like that was a weird shit, you know. Like
Yeah.
so then they're like taking off, and they're trying to leave the neighborhood, and they can't leave. They just keep going in circles. Like it seems like they're just keep going in circles and circles, you know, because they keep
Yeah.
crossing. They keep coming back to the house, to house number 9,
The same house.
to the same house. So they'll go like a different way, and they end up being there, you know,
At the same place. What?
at the same
I
place.
want to watch
So
it.
it's like a trippy movie, and then you have to watch it, and it's like I was reading on it because
Send it to me
obviously
after the
every
show.
time, yeah, every time I watch something, I read whatever, you know, like what it means and blah blah blah, and it's pretty crazy. Like I didn't expect for it to be like that deep, you know. It has a
That's
real deep
crazy.
meaning to the movie, you know. So but it's a really trippy movie. I put it on my Facebook, and my sister's like, "No, I didn't like it." And I'm like, "Why didn't you like it? It's just
What?
too trippy for me. It's weird." I was like, "Yeah,
What?
it is a weird movie."
Oh, I know I like weird movies, so
Yeah, it's a weird movie, so you probably like it. But yeah, so I watched that one. I watched about 3 movies, 3 other movies. So it was pretty much just watching movies and chilling. And
the weekend.
yeah, I
See?
made my famous fish tacos. with chipotle
I saw
chipotle
that. It looks so
sauce. They look so good. I mean, they look good because I don't know. I try to take a picture of them, but my pictures are never like Monchi's. Monchi's will take a picture, and it'll come out really pretty, like we're all professional.
Oh, wow.
But my pictures
It's
always come out
all.
like shit, like. So I'm always
Yeah.
like, give me that one. Send me that picture. I need to post it.
Send me those. Take
Send
some
me that
pictures and
picture.
send me out.
So yeah,
I
I'm that person who
saw
takes
them.
I'm that person who takes pictures of the food. They look good though.
Mm,
Cause I'm proud of
they
what I
did. It looked
made. That's why I take a
exactly
picture
like
of
those
it.
flautas too.
The flautas that I
Those
made.
flautas were they look bomb as fuck.
Yeah.
I'm still
They
waiting
were
for my jalapenos to get here.
oh, of course. They're on their
Mm.
way. It's because I know I got a notice. I got a little email saying that they were running late because of quarantine. But they'll be there.
Oh, it's been like over a month. There's no
I don't know.
way.
Le eché algo para que so they can last.
Oh, okay. Kind of
Yeah.
like what they put like in the restaurants, like
Yeah.
buffet food.
I think I put them
Oh,
on.
okay, I get
I think I don't know. I told Monches to put them like in a can or something where I put take out the air
you.
so they can last longer.
Oh, okay.
So
That's
they
cool.
should be like fresh.
Oh my God. I hope they're warm too.
They will because I also send them with a little heating pad. So yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, like kind of
Cool.
like the
So
ones
they're
that
too hot
Pizza
or what?
Hut has. Yeah, like those.
Okay.
Yeah, well, I'm prepared. I was prepared for
Yeah, girl.
everything.
Can't wait.
Anyway, so inspirational women. Do you have any inspirational women in your life, Crystal? I
Ooh,
hope you say your
I do.
mother.
My
Because
mother is the
ex-
first one, actually.
exactly.
The first lady ever. Of course, I love my mama and she's inspiring. And
Yeah.
I guess true question. I just played.
It's a
I
what?
guess like I don't
It's
know.
a trick question.
Is that a trick question?
It is.
No, but
I
is it?
it
I
is
don't know. I guess
Crystal.
like also inspiring. Like, well, not just because I have a crush on her, but like all like like Daisy, and then my other counselor, Vanessa. I
Uh-huh.
think like they inspired me to be a better person. So I
Oh,
guess
that's good. I'm glad. Like,
yeah. What about you?
I have a
You
lot
have any on your own?
of course, I feel like obviously my mother, my aunt, my grandma, I think they were very strong women. They've gone through so
Mm-hmm.
much, and I know your mom has gone through a lot too, and you just kind of
Yeah,
look up to them because I mean, they went through a lot,
get
but
their shit.
they're really strong women. And I think that's where we
Yeah,
get our strengths from them. We get our like
that's
we're not
true.
gonna take shit from anybody because we learned from them. Like, because
Learn
of
from
what
our parents
happened.
not to.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. So and they're still standing like tall and they're still, like I don't know,
they're all yeah.
you see them and you're just like, wow, like you admire them because
Yeah,
they're really strong women. Um,
yeah.
my sisters, obviously, my sister Carmen, Evelyn, they're very strong women and they're doing their thing. My sister is like,
That's true.
my sister Evelyn's like taking exams like crazy, trying to become an RN.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and my sister Carmen,
Cool.
she's been promoted. I don't know how many times, and she's like kicking ass.
Ooh,
Like they're both kicking ass, and I'm
yeah.
like, well, well, me,
Well, you're doing it.
I'm more of a community. Let me bring you the information. I don't know about degrees
Whatever.
and stuff, but I will promote myself, and I will promote you, Crystal. Okay.
Yeah,
Anyways,
thanks.
I don't know. I just feel like we all have like obviously we're all different, you know. We all
Hmm.
have different goals, and my goals are definitely different from theirs, you know. But it doesn't diminish nobody's goals are diminished by comparing them to somebody else's because it's always different, you know. People want different stuff.
Yeah, they're
Like
all
me,
different.
I want my own business, so you know. And my sister wants
You're
to
good.
be helping people and being a nurse or being a doctor or whatever. And my other sister wants to be like, you know, running business and shit, you know. So we all have our shit.
Yeah,
We all have like
different stuff.
different things, you know. Some of them have more their shit together, others not so much. Like me, for
Yeah,
instance, but we're all working on it.
yeah,
So
you're whatever.
whatever.
I'm like, whatever.
We're all working on
You're
it.
doing
So
really good, I think.
I
You
feel
are,
like
yeah.
I'm gonna pat myself in the back. I'm
Let
doing
me go
good.
ahead and do that too.
Thank you.
Yeah. Great.
Yeah. Do it the other way just in case we didn't get it right.
Oh, okay. Here you go. Let me pat you. Wait, ready? There you go, Bets.
I don't know which way it is, but anyways. So
Go for
yeah,
it.
there's a lot of inspirational women in my life. I think my grandma was a very inspirational woman. Obviously, I didn't get to know her like personally, but what I hear from her, she was a real strong woman, you know? So Crystal. I found
Yeah.
I found obviously because I was researching historical women or like inspirational women, and I found a really cool thing where it was inspirational women. Hold on. What famous women in history were achieving when you were born? So Amelia
Ooh.
Amelia Earhart in the 1920s. She obviously was the first female pilot to fly across the Atlantic Ocean. And this was back in the 1920s, like I said. She was also the 16th woman to be issued a pilot's license. She mysteriously disappeared during a flight in 1937 and was pronounced legally dead 2 years later because they never found her.
What? That's crazy.
Yeah, and I was watching her movie.
Is it where?
I don't know. I don't know. I forgot where,
Like,
but I know she because we were watching her movie and what's her name? ¿Cómo se llama la girl that plays her? Have you seen her movie?
no, what is it called?
It's called Amelia, and it's her
Oh, no.
name's Hilary Swank. So Hilary Swank played her, right?
Oh, I love
And
her.
yeah, so we were watching it last time, and then that was the inspiration for this episode was us watching this
Oh, wow.
movie, and when she's mentioned, how come you guys don't do an episode for like that talks about inspirational women? And I was like, oh, that's true
Yeah.
because obviously Amelia Earhart was a very inspirational person, you know, back in the 1920s. Like not a
Yeah.
lot of women were pilots, and I think nobody had even. I don't know if it was like I don't know if she was the first woman to fly across alone.
What's across the
Um,
Atlantic? No.
she was the first female, yeah. So she was the first female to fly across the Atlantic Ocean by herself.
Ooh.
And then when she tried,
That's
I think she tried again, or she was gonna. I don't know what happened, but yeah, she got lost somewhere, or they couldn't find her. I don't know.
they
So
never found her plane or anything? Just,
no, from what I know, is that they never did. So they pronounced her dead, you know. They couldn't find her.
that's
I
crazy.
have I have a quote from her. Women says women must try to do things as men have tried. When they fail, their failure must be but a challenge to others. Oh, that's a good one. So that was a
That
quote.
is a
So
good one.
Back in the 1920s, she was an inspirational person. Eleanor Roosevelt from 1930s. When her husband Theodore Roosevelt took office, Eleanor didn't just stand by. She dramatically changed the role of the first lady, advocating for human rights, women's rights, and children's causes. She went on to become chair of the UN's Human Rights Commission in 1945. So yeah, she was an inspirational
Cool.
person. We have a lot. We're gonna cover so many women here. It's like 14 pages full of women. So you can imagine like how many women, like
Yeah,
we've done so much, like
we
it's
have.
insane because
With every year, dude, like before it wasn't that much, but it started getting like there was always someone, you know what I mean, who eventually now there's so many more women actually doing more stuff like that.
yeah, and
Did you find it? Yeah.
also I don't know if you noticed, well, I'm pretty sure you did because it's everywhere. But Biden just announced, his running mate, and it's gonna be Kamala Harris, which she is Indian and black. So it's awesome because she's a female, she's of
Yes.
color, and I was looking and I noticed that Anita, there's a female, Shirley Anita Quisholm. I don't know if I'm pronouncing her last name right, but she was the first black woman major party candidate to run for president of the United States back in 1972. So she
Oh
actually
shit.
was running for president. Well, obviously Kamala
That's
Harris also was running
crazy.
for president as well. But before Kamala Harris, there was Shirley Chisholm.
I'm not
Chisholm?
sure. Is it here somewhere?
Chisholm.
Chisholm?
Okay, well, anyways,
I don't I don't see her here, but okay.
so she became the first black major party candidate to run for president from the United States in 1972, making her also the first woman ever to run for the Democratic Party's presidential nomination. So that's pretty awesome. So that's what, like, I found out this lady was the first black female, and it's cool because now we have a second female that's of color, and she might
Yeah.
be the vice president. So also,
I will.
yeah, so we left off 1930, right? So there was Eleanor Roosevelt, Grace Hopper. So tell
Okay,
us about
1930s.
Grace
Okay, so
Hopper in 1930s.
about Grace Hopper in the 1930s. And
Yes.
1934, Hopper earned her PhD in mathematics, becoming one of the very few women to hold such a degree. She went on to help develop a compiler that was a precursor to the widely used COBOL language for computers, and she became a rear admiral in the U.S. Navy. Ooh, wow,
That's good.
that
So
is good.
she developed like a system, I guess. CBO. I don't know what that
COBOL
is.
language. I don't know,
And
COBOL language.
then
Like Frida Kahlo. Well, like I'm sure a lot of people have heard about her in the 1930s too. A
yes.
force in the art world. Kahlo became known in Mexico and around the world for creating thought-provoking works grounded in magical realism. Her 1938 self-portrait titled "The Frame" was the first work by the 20th century Mexican artist to ever be featured in the Louvre. Louvre.
The Louvre. What is it? Louvre. Louvre.
I said Louvre.
Louvre Museum. The
Museum.
Louvre. Okay, whatever. So, all right. So,
Like to see.
1940s. 1940s, we have Haiti. Oh, and actually, I'm going to tell you about Frida Kahlo. When I went to Mexico City, We went to a wedding, but we made it into a little vacation, right? So we ended up going to Frida Kahlo's Casa Azul, right there in Coyoacan. So we went, right? And we went into her house, like where she used to live. And it's so beautiful, dude, because it's like a big patio and everything is around. Like her house is super cute and she had her own bedroom.
Mm.
Like she has, huh?
You didn't take pictures?
Oh, I took a lot of pictures. I'll put them and I'll show you. I have them all in my
Cool.
Instagram, but she has like you walk into her kitchen and it's all like back in the day, you know how they lo hacían como
Oh, yeah.
con lumbre y todo. Like they
Sí.
didn't have a stove or anything, you know. So y lo tiene bien bonito. Like everything is so pretty, like colorful, and she had a like an afternoon or day bed, and then she had a night bed, like a bedroom.
Oh,
And they were
wow.
separate, like Diego's and hers were separate. Everything was so beautiful. Like estaba bien bonito, todo tenía como it was colorful and then you walk, they take you into a tour like how, where they were working, where they used to paint and everything. It's so beautiful. You should, if you ever do
Cool.
go, you should go. It's worth
Yeah.
the drive. Yeah, really nice. So I
See the
learned a lot
picture, so.
about Frida there. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Mm. And then there's pictures of her like in el patio, and there's like a little como una fountain and like a little area
Oh.
there, and there's a picture of her and her monkey because she used to have a monkey.
Oh, she had a monkey?
Yeah,
Oh,
she had a
cute.
monkey, and then she has there's a picture there like with her and her monkey, and then you see where she was standing, and they took the picture there.
Yeah. Oh,
It's really nice, dude. It's really like
cute.
I loved I love going to Mexico. Like it was really nice, dude. Like everybody is super nice. Todos te saludan y bien. They're like son bien amables. You're like you sit down to go eat somewhere, and if there's somebody there, they're like provecho. You know, like
What part
nobody
of
says that,
Mexico?
huh?
What part
Mexico
of Mexico?
City,
Wow. I don't know. I
La
went to
Ciudad de
Cancun.
Mexico, like the main.
Oh, Mexico, Mexico.
Mexico,
Okay.
sí,
DF?
because they don't call it the F anymore. They
No?
changed
Ah, shit.
that. So yeah, it's like we're like main Mexico. And it was really nice. I liked it a
Cool.
lot. Um, the food is different. I expected different because we're used to like our food in El Paso,
Yeah.
you know, and I was expecting that kind of food, but it's so
Something.
different.
Yeah.
It's so different. They
Really?
make everything different. And but it was good, you know? It was good food, but it was something different like I didn't expect. I was like,
I
"Oh
wish
my
it would be the
god."
same too.
Yeah, I was like, "Oh my god, it's gonna be delicious." And oh my god. And it's good,
Yeah.
but it's like we're already used to our kind of food, you know?
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah. That's true.
But it was super beautiful. Like it's just really nice. And then it rains like every
Right.
day, dude.
Over there in Mexico?
It rains every day, dude. Like, but it drizzles. It doesn't like rain like crazy. And then like in the afternoon it'll rain. And then like when it's getting like around 6 or like 5, 6, around that, it's just like everywhere is wet. But it's so
That's
fresh and it's
crazy.
beautiful, dude. It's like a beautiful weather. It's
Cool.
just really nice. And you get the
Cool.
cobblestone floors and all that.
I need to go to Mexico though. Yeah.
Where was I?
Naomi Parker.
Haiti.
Naomi.
Haiti Lamar.
Wait.
Huh. Yeah, Haiti Lamar.
No. We were in the 1940s.
She is 1940s.
Oh yeah. She's all the way in the bottom. That's why.
So Haiti Lamar,
1940s.
1940s, inventor and actress of the Golden Age. Actress was credited for helping and co-invent a radio signaling device, aka a secret communication system. The system changed radio frequencies to confuse and hinder enemies during World War II, and it's a crucial part of how we communicate wirelessly today. So
Ooh.
she was a beautiful. I don't know if you've ever seen her, but I'll put a picture of her. She was a beautiful
Yeah.
actress, like in the golden age, and I know that she had an issue because people wouldn't take her seriously, and she was an inventor, so it's kind of hard. It sucks because like if you're a woman, they don't take you seriously,
Back
like
then. Yeah,
yeah.
back then, especially.
Even now, you still have
Yeah.
people who don't take you
Oh, yeah.
seriously. But we're progressing. So Naomi Parker back in the 1940s. This photo of Parker bending over machinery, machinery, Ma- machinery. Oh god. This photo of Parker bending over machinery with her hair pulled back in a red bandana was the inspiration behind Rosie the Riveter. A version of Rosie was published in the Saturday Evening Post in 1943 in a patriotic campaign to get women into the workforce, but the iconic photo was originally created as a poster for Westinghouse Electric Corporation with the now popular phrase, "We can do it." So it's the girl that's like,
Yeah, it's the one where she's like
or she's
that.
like that,
Yeah.
with my
She's
big
like,
arms. We can do it. And that's such an iconic
Let's call it like
poster or iconic
that.
image,
Yeah.
you see it everywhere.
Yes.
It's like it just speaks a lot because you're like, just the way she's posing, it's so strong without
Yeah.
being so like it's not, you know what I mean? It's such a strong image. I don't know how to say it anywhere else, any
It is.
other way.
Yeah, no, it is.
um you want to read Anne Frank and Lucille Ball, which would be, well, Anne Frank will finish off the 1940s.
Oh, okay, yeah. I can do that.
Okay.
So, Anne Frank, 1940s also. Frank was a young Jewish girl who died in a concentration camp in 1945. Her father, Otto Frank, escaped and published his daughter's now famous diaries in 1947, which chronicled her experiences during the Holocaust. Her writing has helped historians and readers better understand the time.
Have you ever read
I,
that?
I thought that was a good.
Have
No,
you
I never read the book, but
you saw the movie?
I've seen.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw the movies.
I haven't seen the
Yeah,
movie or read the book, but I'm familiar with the concept.
yeah, with what happened, and
It's
I thought it
just
was. I don't know. It's
sad.
pretty. It's sad. Yeah,
It's like
it's just. I don't know how people live like that. Like, it's crazy.
it's sad how people think they're superior to anybody. Like, how
Exactly.
does anybody think they're superior to anybody? And it pisses me off
I
because
don't know. And that shit's still happening now.
yeah, but nobody is superior to anybody. That's the thing. Like, everybody's the same shit,
Like,
Like, we're all the
no,
same. We
we are all
all,
the same.
but people are dumb. Lucille Ball,
That's
1950s. The beloved sitcom I Love Lucy made its television debut in 1951. Ball became known as one of America's top comedians for her iconic role on the show, which had storylines about marital issues and women in the workforce. And she was hilarious. I loved her.
she was hilarious.
Yeah,
I love
it's like really innocent comedy. Like you watch it and
I
it's
like
so
it.
innocent but funny at the same time. It's just classy. Like
Yeah.
it's like you don't see that anymore.
No.
uh, Queen Elizabeth II in 1950s. After her death, after the death of her father, King George, what is it, the sixth?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know
Yeah.
Roman numerals. King George the sixth,
Yeah.
Elizabeth, Elizabeth,
Elisa.
Elizabeth. Elizabeth became queen of on February 6, 1952, but her official coronation wasn't until June 2nd, 1953. She is Britain's longest reigning monarch to date, and she's made numerous changes on the monarchy during her rule. Wow.
Ooh,
Rosa
that's pretty awesome.
Parks, 1950s. Obviously, everybody knows Rosa Parks. She said, I would like to be remembered as a person who wanted to be free so other people would be also free. Hmm.
Oh,
Back in the 50s, the rule in Montgomery, Alabama was that if a bus became full, in the seats at the front would be given to white passengers. Parks, a leader in her local NAACP and the civil rights movement, iconically refused to give up her seat. Her willingness to disobey the rule helped to spark the Montgomery boycott and other efforts to end segregation in America. And everybody knows. I mean, everybody knows about
yeah.
Rosa Parks. Um,
Yeah.
it's just like, I don't know, like it just sucks that it's still happening now, but
Yeah.
like it's still obviously you still see it now, but I mean there's been progress. There's
Well,
been
yeah, from how it used
progress
to be.
from how it
Yeah.
used to be, but it just sucks because they're still having to fight.
It's
This
still
happened in 1950s.
it's going on like I feel like it's in the down low. Like people are still doing it. I don't know why. Like that shit was a long time ago. Like get over it. Like we're all human beings. You know what I mean? I don't know. It's just it sucks though.
So yeah, 1950s. And like I said,
Ella
it's like a
Fitzgerald.
very like she took a stand, but a very like it's not non-violent, like I'm not
Mm-hmm.
gonna. She literally took. Well, she took a seat. She didn't. She didn't take a stand,
Yeah.
so she didn't stand
Yeah.
up, but
No.
she stood
Yeah.
up. So let's. I'm gonna finish off the 50s and then you'll do the 60s, okay? So Ella Fitzgerald, she was already a widely known American jazz singer when in 1958 she made history becoming the first African American woman to win a Grammy. She collected two she collected two that year, Best Individual Jazz Performance and Best Female Vocal Performance. So that was cool.
Nice.
She was the first female. Althea Gibson in 1950. Serena Williams might be the most famous tennis player on earth, but she might not have gotten her start if not for the persistence of Althea Gibson. In 1951, Gibson made her historic debut as the first African American woman to play at the Wimbledon. So that's
The
crazy.
Wimbledon.
The Wimbledon.
That is Wimbledon.
Wimbledon. Anyway, that's freaking awesome. I mean,
That is
we have another tennis player that was the first one who came out. Remember I was telling you about her? There's another
yeah.
tennis player that was the first athlete or the first, I don't know if she was the first tennis player or athlete to come out of the closet, like, you know, publicly.
Ooh, more power to us.
So read 1960s. There's a few.
All right. So let's go ahead and go with Margaret Sanger. Yeah, 1960s. Sanger, a feminist and women's rights activist, coined the term birth control. She wrote pamphlets and opened a women's health clinic decades before her biggest achievement, getting the Food and Drug Administration to approve the first oral contraceptive. Innovated in 1960, 6 years before her death.
Wow. So she
That's
was the
cool. I
one
didn't.
that,
That's actually something big.
huh? The
That's
one?
really big. Like the first contraceptive pill. Like, you know what I mean? Like that's.
And then
You guys are still
she,
using it now. You.
I think something about, no, I don't know. I thought I had seen something about the Planned Parenthood with her. But anyways, that's
Oh,
freaking
I don't
awesome,
know.
right? Like
It
that's
is.
because it's, I mean, it's still being used now
Imagine
and
if
it's
not.
still like we'd all be full of kids and shit.
Exactly.
Even more. But
Yeah,
it's
that's
just like,
crazy.
yeah, it's just, I don't even know why it's not even free. They should make it free. They should
Yeah,
stop.
we should. I think they have some, but I think it's for younger girls only.
Oh,
Like they
okay.
give you free contraceptive. They have like programs here. I think it's called family planning, Planned
Oh,
Parenthood
okay.
kind of.
Yeah. Because I never got
And
mine
I think
free.
I'm not sure if it's still free.
Uh-huh.
I got stuff for free, but that's I don't know.
I'm
They
pretty
would give like free condoms, free foam pills, and it was a free checkup
have you
also.
ever have you ever had like Plan B? Have you ever taken Plan B?
Yes.
I've taken it.
Yeah.
It fucks up
But
with their hormones.
back then it wasn't just one pill back then when I took it. It was actually the box of the contraceptive pills,
Mm-hmm.
whatever contraceptive. And they would make you take like I think like 6 or 7 of them at one time. And then the next day you would have to take the other 6 and they would be like, you have to take them the next day. That's not gonna work. But
Damn,
I don't know, it was a long time ago and yeah,
that's crazy. All right. Well, I
it
think
is
they should
crazy.
still make it free. So we're with Rita
They
Moreno.
should, yeah. Rita Moreno, 1960s. Okay, so after
I love
after
you.
starring in 1961 film adaptation of the West Side Story, Moreno rocketed into superstardom, going on to work in Hollywood and on Broadway in numerous roles. Today, she is still the only Latino to earn the coveted EGOT, I don't know, which means she won an Emmy, a Grammy, an Oscar, and a Tony. Ooh,
Wow.
that's cool.
Rita Moreno. Wow. Follow it up with,
Moreno says it all.
right?
So let's go with Indira Gandhi
Okay.
in 1960s. Okay, so in 1966, Gandhi became the third prime minister of India and is one of the few examples of women rising to power in the country. She continued in her role for more than 20 years until she was assassinated in 1984.
Wow.
That's crazy. 20
Wow.
years though.
Do you think she was she was from like was she married to Gandhi or what?
I don't know. That's what I was thinking about the last name too.
Indira Gandhi. Hold on, let me look at her.
No?
Parents, spouse, no. Feroz Gandhi? Nope.
Mm-mm. Not the same person.
No. It's a different one.
All
All
right.
right, cool.
Oh, I should have gone with Celia Cruz.
Put Celia Cruz.
Azúcar.
Go with Celia Cruz. Do
Huh?
it.
So Celia Cruz, 1960s. Obviously, a lot of people know her. When she joined forces with the popular band Sonora Mantancera in 1950, Cruz had no idea that she would become the voice of a nation. Throughout the 60s, the Queen of Salsa became one of the most prolific musicians in Latin America. At the same time, Cruz championed the cause of her fellow Cubans during the regime.
Regime.
What did you say?
Regime.
Regime?
Regime.
Regime. Okay. At the same time, Cruz championed the cause of her fellow Cubans during the regime of Fidel Castro, speaking out against the violence of his government.
Damn, remember Fidel
Cool.
Castro?
Yeah,
Insane,
dude.
dude. I love Celia Cruz. She was so ugly
Me
though.
too. Well, yeah, she wasn't good
Estaba
looking,
fea
but
la
she
güey,
took the
pero,
country.
pero, pero,
No, yeah.
azúcar.
Azúcar.
Nah,
Boom,
but she
boom,
was
boom,
a
boom, boom, boom.
badass, dude. Everybody knows. She's like
She
Michael
was.
Jackson. She's
Yeah,
an iconic person. So Shirley
I like her.
Chisholm, I already talked about her. She was the one that was
Whoa, buddy. Whoa, whoa, those words. Quizom. Okay, that was cool.
Chisholm.
Sorry.
Shut
I
up.
like
So
that. You
she was
said
the one that
quizom.
Shut up. She was the one that was the
That was
first
cool.
running Democratic from the Democratic Party. The first black person. I already talked about her. Aretha Franklin, 1970s.
Oh,
Memphis born
yeah.
and
Yeah.
Detroit raised, Franklin was destined to be a legend. She got her start singing gospel music, but made her name in soul with songs like Chain of Fools, Rocksteady, and the iconic anthem Respect. In 1987, she was the first woman ever to be to be inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. RESPCT.
Cool.
Find out what it means.
Find out what it is.
Everybody knows that one.
Yeah.
Suck it to me, suck it to me, suck it to me, suck it to
I know when you were reading it, I was like, okay, like I can hear the song already.
Miriam Makeba, nicknamed Mama Africa. Makeba is renowned throughout Africa and the rest of the continent for her endless activism. She used her global platform as a singer songwriter to speak against apartheid in the 70s and 80s, calling attention to the plight of Black Africans through her music. So that was Miriam Makeba.
Meryl Streep.
I think that's you. Meryl Streep would be the 80s. Do you want
Meryl
to take
Streep, you
care?
know?
Yes, of course I know Meryl Streep.
Huh?
Go ahead and do the
All
80s.
right. I'll do it. All right, 1980s. Meryl Streep. Wow. Streep has now broken her own record for most Oscar nominations.
Yeah.
21 to be exact. Her first nomination was for 1978's The Deer Hunter, but she didn't end up winning an Oscar until 1980 for her performance in Kramer versus Kramer.
Have you seen that movie?
Meryl. Nah, but I
I
remember
haven't
her.
seen it. I know which one it is, but I've never seen
Maybe
it.
I don't know. I don't want to say that I haven't because I'm not really good with names. I would have to literally
I
like
think
get
it's
an
a movie where they're
explanation or
fighting for custody for their son or their child, something like that. I don't know. Don't quote me on that, people. But everybody knows Meryl Streep. You know, she's
Yeah.
insane. Like I think if I were an actress, that would be the person I would be like starstruck. You know. Obviously, I'm not an actress,
Yeah.
and I would still be starstruck. But I'm saying, like, if I was working along with Meryl Streep, I'd be like, "Oh fuck," you know. Like, I would just be looking at her, watching her, be like, "I want to see how she she does everything.
What do you eat?
How does she live? I want to see her
Okay.
breathe." No, but I'm just saying, like, I just want to see how she
You're all standing over her bed.
like I want to see how she prepares to get into character, and I don't know. Should be someone who
Oh, I don't know.
Sarah Day
Someone badass.
O'Connor. Do that one. Sarah Day O'Connor. She's from El Paso.
Sandra Day O'Connor. Oh, no way. Let's do it.
Yeah.
All right. So Sandra Day O'Connor, 1980s as well. In 1981, O'Connor became the first woman appointed to the U.S. Supreme Court. O'Connor was nominated by President Ronald Reagan, and the Senate vote to appoint her was anonymous. She was a key
Unanimous.
swing vote in upholding big cases.
Was unanimous.
Said unanimous.
You said anonymous.
I said that.
Appoint her was anonymous.
Unanimous,
No, I
not
didn't.
anonymous.
I say unanimous. Appoint her was anonymous. Was anonymous. You rewind it, but I'm gonna read it again. Watch. But you're gonna be like, oh yeah. Okay. O'Connor was nominated by President Ronald Reagan, and the Senate vote to appoint her was unanimous. She was a key swing vote in upholding big cases like Roe versus v. Wade, or is it versus Wade?
Like, no, I think Roe v. Wade. I don't know.
Roe v. Wade.
But yeah, that's awesome.
And
She's
she
from
was
El
from El Paso.
Paso. Born and raised in El Paso. And she was the first
Awesome.
female judge in the Supreme Court. That's insane.
That's fucking cool.
That's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Putting El Paso up there, like always.
Oh.
El Paso
Got
has a
this.
lot of people who have made it pretty big, huh?
Yeah.
Like this guy, ¿cómo se llama? The guy who
Singer, yeah, it's you know that at the school that I
Khalid.
Khalid, yeah.
No, it's not
He
Khalid.
no, it's no. I know he left his car. He came out like in a video, and he left that car at Southwest University. It's there, signed by him.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, it's I think it might be Khalid.
No, what's his name?
Khalid.
Yeah, Khalid. His name's Khalid.
I knew I had seen the signature there. Yeah.
So Khalid, I mean, he's not. I don't think he was born in El Paso, but he lived in El Paso, so.
He lived here, yeah.
So he's made it pretty big as well.
That's cool.
Another 1980s.
I have her. Let's do Sally Ride because it's shorter.
She's an astronaut.
So she's an astronaut in a way.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Sally Ride, 1980s. Ride became the first American woman to travel to space on the shuttle Challenger in 1983. The astrophysicist and Stanford grad beat out at least 1,000 other applicants for a spot in the NASA astronaut program.
Damn.
That's fucking cool. I would
Dude.
No.
How do you become an astronaut? It's insane. Like, how many astronauts do you know? Imagine.
I mean,
I wanna interview an astronaut. Huh?
That's creepy. I don't know. Like,
I think because
I'm scared, so it would take a lot of balls. And like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Don't you have to be good at math?
You have to be good at everything, I'm sure. Wow. Okay.
I'm sure. I think you have to be good with your mind too. Like, I don't think you could be.
You have to.
Like,
yeah, I'm
I don't
pretty
think
sure
you
they
can
do a
have
lot
any-
of psychological tests on you. That way you can be.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's do 1990s. I'm gonna do Elizabeth Taylor. The actress formerly known as her scandalous love affair started the Elizabeth Taylor HIV/AIDS Foundation in 1981 after her close friend Rock Hudson died from the disease. The foundation lends support to those who are sick and funds research for more advanced treatments. Taylor was a pioneer at the time when many celebrities and most politicians we're not talking about AIDS crisis. And I have a quote on her. I've been through it all, baby. I'm a mother. I'm Mother Courage. That's what she said. And she was beautiful. I think she's
Oh.
like known for her purple eyes, right? She had purple eyes.
Are they purple?
Yeah,
I didn't know they were purple.
like there's few people who have purple eyes, and she has one of them. She was
That's
beautiful.
crazy. Oh.
Let's see here. Michelle Kwan, which is a figure skater. In one of the most competitive eras of figure skating, Kwan's star shone brightly among the likes of Tara Lipinski and Sasha Cohen. From the time that she first took up skating at the age of 8 to her final run on the ice, Kwan has always been on top. To this day, the most, I'm sorry, she is the most decorated figure skater in American history with 2 Olympic medals and 5 world championship titles. Wow. You know who Michelle Kwan
Yeah,
is,
that's
right?
good.
Madeleine Albright, 1990s. Albright became the first female Secretary of State when, in 1996, President Clinton selected her to represent the United States in foreign affairs. An advocate for human rights, she fought to prevent the expansion of nuclear weapons and broker peace in the Middle East. Wow, that's sweet.
Yes.
2000s, Crystal.
All right. Let's go ahead and do. I want to do Halle Berry 2000s.
Halle
After her
Berry.
tremendous performance. Yeah, she's beautiful.
Mhm.
After her tremendous performance as a tortured Letitia Musgraves in the 2002 drama Monsters Ball, Berry won the Academy Award for Best Actress. She is the first and only African American woman to win the Oscar in the category.
Wow.
Cool. I like
I
her.
don't think,
She's really cool.
is this updated? Hold on. Because I think
Why?
somebody else won. I thought Viola Davis had won. Oh, no, no,
No, she's
no.
not the only one.
Oh, no, no, no. No, Viola Davis, because
Ah,
Viola Davis had won, but it was for supporting actress, not for.
oh, okay.
So, yeah, she's been,
But not.
yeah, but not for. Wow, Halle Berry, did you see her speech? I remember watching her speech and she was crying and she still looked really beautiful.
I don't.
But she was wearing that beautiful purple dress. Oh, she looked so pretty when she had her little short. I'll put a picture,
Oh, okay.
but I'll show you here.
Was
Hold
it
on.
short like when it was in Catwoman?
Yeah, I'll show you here. Hold on.
I like it.
She was crying there. But look,
Ah,
remember that dress that she wore? It was beautiful.
she's so pretty. She's beautiful.
It's not purple. It's like a guinda. Look at
Oh, it
those.
is nice. I
Look
like
at
it.
those arms, dude. What the fuck?
I know, dude. That's
She
how
has a,
I want mine.
she has a
Damn.
perfect body. Beautiful.
She does. She's like I liked her in Catwoman also. Like
Yeah.
I don't know, she's really pretty.
She doesn't
Um,
age. She's still the same.
she doesn't, huh?
She doesn't. Okay, so Holly Berry, and then we have who else? Ooh, Malala.
You
I
want
know
to
you
do Catherine Bigelow?
oh no,
Where's
that's
Malala?
2010. That's 2010. Catherine Bigelow?
Yeah.
Bitchlow?
So I'm gonna.
Bitchlow.
Yeah, it's Bigelow. Is it Bigelow?
Bitchlow.
I think it's like that movie, right? Like that Bigelow
Bigelow.
movie. I don't know, but
Bigelow.
Catherine
Bigelow.
Bigelow, 2000 also. Bigelow became the first woman to win the Academy Award for Best Director for her film The Hurt Locker, which also won Best Picture in 2009, making it the first film by a woman director to win that honor. Cool.
Wow. Have you seen The Hurt Locker? I've seen it.
I've never seen that one.
It's a good one.
It's cool, huh? That like we're like if one of these days somebody comes up to us and they're like, "Oh yeah, you know who you Catherine Bigelow is?" And, "Oh yeah, she's the first. Look at you know." We all know
Yeah,
pretty much
like
it.
fun facts.
All right, let's go ahead and move on to Shirley Swoops. I don't know if I said it right.
Where is it? Shirley Swoops, yeah. Swoops.
Ooh, Shirley Swoops. Another 2000s. Often referred to as the female Michael Jordan. Swoops is certified basketball legend. Cool. As one of the first women to be signed in the WNBA, Swoops paved the way for the greats that would follow her. But she made sure to set the bar high. Throughout her career, Swoops has won 3 Olympic gold medals, is the 3-time WNBA MVP, and tops on every WNBA players list that has ever existed. That's
Wow.
fucking cool.
I feel
That's
like they
awesome.
don't
I
give
like that.
them as much, like they don't honor them as much as they do the men. But it's awesome.
Man, that's true.
It's awesome that she
Shirley Swoops.
Swoops. She even has a
Shirley
cool
Swoops.
last name.
Yeah. Swoosh. Yeah. Get it.
Swoops. Another one of the 2000s. So 2010s, 2010s. Malala Yus. How do you say her last name?
Yousafzai.
Mal-
Yousafzai. Yeah, I think it's Yousafzai.
So Malala Yousafzai, 2010s. I don't want to be remembered as the girl who was shot. I want to be remembered as the girl who stood up. Yousafzai survived a gunshot wound to the face by by the Taliban, by the Taliban, and has since become a spokesperson for human rights, education, and women's rights. In 2014, she was awarded the Nobel Peace Prize.
Oh.
And everybody knows her. She's this. I haven't read her. I've
In the
been,
face.
yeah, I've been wanting to read her book. I just finished the Gift of Fear, the book.
Oh, no way. How is it?
It's really good. And then
Is it?
at the end it tells you like he's telling you like how we were talking about it and we're like, well, it's better off for you to be like better safe than sorry, and but he says
Yeah.
at the end, he says that you can't live with fear, so like if you're always afraid, then you don't know. Stop, Matilda. You have food right there and water. So if you're always afraid, you're not going to be able to tell when you should be afraid, because
Exactly.
it's like
Yeah.
I don't know, because
You're
he's
living
like
in
telling
fear,
stories
really.
throughout the whole thing, right? But he's like, there's certain times that you're thinking that you're afraid of something. Like they have for instance, like they have a story of a lady who says that she's afraid of walking to her car after work, and she says because she gets off late and she's the last one to leave, and she's afraid. And he's like, well, why are you afraid? Has anything ever happened to you? And she's like, no, nothing has happened to me, but I'm just always afraid. But she's afraid, like she points out, like every time they're talking, she keeps pointing out the fact that she leaves late because she doesn't want people to think she's lazy or like not doing more than everybody else. So he's like, okay, so maybe
Oh.
you're not afraid, maybe you're just you want to leave early, but you don't want people to think that you're lazy, and that's why you're leaving early, you know so you're making this as an excuse
Late.
because nothing's ever happened to you, so why would you be afraid, you know so
Exactly.
maybe,
Yeah.
so it's like an awesome book because it just makes you think about things and you're like, maybe I shouldn't be afraid because um like it hasn't happened. We're mostly afraid of things that are not happening right now, you know, like, oh, it's gonna happen, that's why you're afraid. Like you're like already thinking
Yeah.
that it's gonna happen when
You're
it
already
hasn't even
thinking.
happened, you know? He's like
Yeah.
he's like you're like when you're standing on top of a cliff and you're like you're afraid of falling, but you're not falling. When you fall, you're afraid of landing, you know. So you're always
But
afraid of
yeah,
something that's coming
one
that's
step
not even there yet,
that's
you know.
coming. Yeah.
It's like, yeah, when you're like
Yeah.
on the edge of the cliff, you're like you're afraid of falling, but you're not falling yet. When you fall, you're afraid of
Yeah.
landing. So it's,
And you're not even,
yeah, you haven't
yeah,
landed yet, but
I
you're
get it.
afraid of it. So it's like really, it's an awesome book because it's full of different stories and different ways for you to see. And he tells you like at the end, like, I don't want you to live your life like afraid of things that are like that haven't even happened, you know, because if you live your life like that, you're not gonna know what to be afraid of, or when your instinct and your body's telling you to be afraid, you're gonna measure it the
Yeah.
same
Because you're
as,
always,
because you're
yeah.
always the same, you know. So you're not gonna be able to distinguish which one you should listen to, because you know it's just,
Yeah.
I don't know how
I
to
get it.
explain
It
it,
makes sense. No, yeah, it does make sense.
but it's super
No,
awesome.
I understand what you're saying. I get it.
I finished it and I thought it was an awesome book, and I'm probably gonna start her book too. I've been wanting
Pros.
to. Um, I'm probably gonna start her book and read it. Simone Biles, since stepping into the limelight at the 2016 Summer Olympics in Rio de Janeiro as a member of the Five, the Fab Five, Biles has been shattering gymnastics records day by day. In addition, in addition to being a six-time world all-around champion, she already has two gymnastic
What?
skills. It says he. Uh, she
Yeah, I saw.
already has two gymnastic skills named after her: the Biles on floor and the Biles on vault. That's crazy. So I don't know if you know her. She's
Oh.
we have obviously some other ones that I want to definitely talk about. Audrey Hepburn. I love her. And she's well known for her movies. Is it Breakfast at Tiffany's? I've never seen it. But she's well known for
Oh, I've never seen it.
her movies and stuff. But she actually she became the a special ambassador to the United Nations UNICEF fund helping children in Latin America and Africa, a position she retained until 1993. So in 1888, she became the ambassador and she kept it all the way to 1993. She was named to People's Magazine as one of the 50 most beautiful people in the world. Oh, because I don't know, she was such a classy woman, you know? Like everybody's in love with
Like,
Marilyn Monroe
yeah.
and stuff. And me, it's like, yeah, she was
Mhm.
beautiful, but to me, like Audrey Hepburn was classy, you know? She was doing so
Yeah,
much.
I get you.
She was educated, she was worldly, she was doing so much, you know? So yeah, she also worked tirelessly for UNICEF when not making field trips. When she was not going and visiting. In the years that follow, Hepburn made a series of UNICEF field trips visiting polio vaccine project in Turkey, training programmees for women in Venezuela, projects for children living and working on the street in Ecuador, projects to provide drinking water in Guatemala and Honduras, and radio literacy, literacy for UNICEF, traveling to Somalia, Kenya, and United Kingdom, Switzerland, France, and the United States.
Yeah, she
So
did a lot.
she did a lot. Who else? Mother
That's
Teresa,
good.
obviously.
Yeah.
Mother Teresa. I have Billie Jean King, which was a U.S. tennis legend and became the first prominent female athlete to come out. That's the one that I was telling you. And Irina Sendelrova. I don't know if I'm saying it right. A woman who smuggled approximately 2,500 Jewish children out of the Warsaw Ghetto, which is a which was a
Oh, that's good. Yeah.
Jewish concentration camp.
Camp.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Maud Stevens Wagner was the first known female tattoo artist in the United States in 1907. And she was all tattooed, like all, she had a hole.
Cool.
So it's like a bunch. Obviously, we didn't go through all the ones I had here. Um, I do want to go through these though, because there's 9 of them that I found, and 9 women from American history you should know, according to historians. Yeah, so I mean, we went through a lot of them. There's a lot of information here, but I'll leave a link on the ones that I found, the 9 ones. They're like really long and
Yeah.
but they're all yeah, those are the ones I should have started off with because they're like the 9 women who haven't been recognized, who haven't had the recognition they deserve. And I'm like, okay, we don't have time for them.
Well, I mean, just put them there. Like, it's something. You're such a jerk.
I just thought about that.
They haven't been recognized, but we ran out of time, guys. So,
I'm like,
so I'm just gonna
you
go
know
ahead and leave them
what?
here for you.
It's like, oh yeah, and those are that's the first 9 list of 9 women that I put, and I just randomly went to like, like like starting the 20s and going on like the, and right now I'm
Yeah.
like reading on it. I'm like, anyways, I'll leave everything there. They don't get enough recognition, and we're
These
like,
are the nine
we
that have
don't
not
have
been
enough
recognized.
time.
All right, guys. So I'm gonna go ahead and leave the rest below. Recognize them on your own. Okay.
Oh god, that's too funny.
That's what.
That was so like,
Okay.
it was so what is it called? Ironic, huh?
Well, you recognize too,
I did. You know
so you're
what?
leaving
I'm
out.
gonna just link everything down below where I got everything, so you guys can take a look. But it's so funny. Oh god, that was funny. Um. Anyway, so what did you think about this episode?
Sorry,
It's because
it
we
was
spent
really
so much
good.
time
I
on the
liked it. I liked
other.
it.
Huh?
Huh?
I'm saying it's because we spend so much time on the
What?
other, like other women that.
Well, we could have. Yeah, yeah. No, I know, but still, it was really good. Like I learned about a lot of girls that I didn't even know. Like a lot of women that I
Yeah,
didn't honestly know about. So
it's
I
amazing.
remember when we first started talking about this, I was like, well, I don't know, but
And
I
now
guess I
you,
knew Frida and I knew Celia and I knew, some of them, but there's a lot that I didn't know.
but it's insane. Like now you can be like, yeah, I know different women who have been inspirational, who have conquered and who fought and who've done so much and opened up
Yeah.
so many doors for so many people and so many women that if it wasn't for them, we wouldn't be able to have that progression and that be able to do so many things, because without them fighting and trying it out,
Yeah,
and doing something.
that's true.
And that's why I'm like, it's so, it's good to talk about, people who have made a difference, and not
Yeah.
only men, but women,
Exactly.
especially women, because we're two women, and
Awesome women.
we're two awesome women that if we're able to open up doors for other women, or like, or help
Like, why
them
not?
out,
Yeah.
or like if they can learn something from us. I don't know. For me, it's just, I never get sick of learning new things. And people might think like this
Yeah,
is
that's
boring or whatever, but this is why it's our podcast, and we get to learn. And if you don't like it, then don't learn.
exactly.
Go listen to something else. But
Yeah.
I'm doing this for me, and I'm doing this for people who want to, I feel like if I want to
Learn.
if I want to learn new things, and I'm sure other people want to learn,
Yeah, I'm sure too.
if they don't, then
Nothing wrong with learning. If anything, you just get, you get better at everything else. Learning
just,
about little, different things.
yeah,
Not only just,
it's
yeah,
not only just like having fun
like empowering women, or it's about everything that we've talked about. It's always been something different, that
yeah,
I've actually learned about.
like who would have known about dreams? I didn't know a lot about it. Like I didn't
Exactly.
know.
That's what I was saying.
Yeah, that's the episode that just came out today. The dreams,
That's cool. Yeah,
the dreams episode.
I want to see that one. I haven't seen it. Yeah, dance, or well, we're gonna do our dance.
Do you know any other inspirational women that we didn't mention? Like Tina Fey is inspirational to me.
No, like I said before, I
I
didn't know a lot of these women.
forgot to mention. I don't know why I forgot to mention her. Um,
Crystal Guzman, what?
OAC, Alexandria Ocasio Cortez. I love her.
Who's she?
She's an American politician serving the U.S. representative for New York's 14th congressional district. She's the youngest. I don't know if you've seen her anywhere, um, but you should have.
Mm.
Like, she's everywhere. Taking office at age 29, Ocasio Cortez is the youngest woman ever to serve in the United States Congress. She has been noted for her substantial social media presence relative to her fellow members of Congress. Ocasio Cortez attended Boston University, where she double majored in international relations and economics, graduating cum laude. In 2011, she was previously an activist and worked as a waitress and bartender before running for Congress in 2018. So I'll show a picture of her if you don't know,
Ooh.
but you know her. Let me show you. You have to.
I don't watch TV.
But you don't have to watch to know who's in Congress.
How do you know then? No, I don't know
Yeah.
her. She's pretty.
I think well, I mean, she's prettier than everybody else in
Well, she's
Congress.
not.
Because everybody else is
Well,
old.
yeah.
She's the youngest.
Yeah,
But
that's
she's a
true.
badass, dude. I
She
love
is.
her. You should
At
watch her.
29, I mean, come on. She's a
You should
badass.
watch videos. She's hilarious. She's funny because she's like very like, oh, so I'm gonna play the bad guy, and I'm gonna try to be as bad as possible, and by like making it like she's throwing it in their faces like that they're doing so much
Yeah.
shady shit, and she's like
Yeah.
making like and she'll be talking to them and be like, okay, well, I'm gonna play the bad guy, I'm gonna play like the I'm gonna do everything, like the worst, and then she's like, okay, so I'm gonna do this and this and that, blah blah blah, and then would I be able to get away with that? And then they're answering all her stupid questions that she's putting it, like letting them know, like, this
Yeah.
is what you guys are fucking doing. And since I'm a politician, or since I'm like whatever, I can get away with it, I can get away with
Yeah.
whatever. And she'll like put things like that, like, she'll word things like really funny, where
Yeah.
they like, she'll put them in a corner, like, I don't know how to say it, like, like they have no other way of answering, but she'll make them feel
Yeah, like they're
stupid.
stuck. Basically,
Yeah,
checkmate.
she'll make them feel
Checkmate,
stupid.
baby.
She'll make them feel stupid because they're like, well, yeah. Well, would I be able to get away with blah blah blah, and then yeah, I guess, like, okay, I'm gonna be like the
And
war.
she's like, okay.
Yeah, you should watch her videos. They're good. They're
I
good.
will.
That's why I love her.
You know.
Um, but I had a lot of
But
fun. Next week.
I know, me too. We couldn't stop laughing in the beginning, but oh yeah, next week, what are we talking
Next
about?
week we're gonna be talking about, what did I say? Oh, the jobs that we worked. Jobs that
Yeah,
we've
since
worked. So that was gonna be a little bit more not so educational. Not so, we already we already brought you facts about
we're
dreaming and inspirational women. Now it's time to be goofy again. So,
yay.
yay.
I like cookie.
So I'm gonna actually hopefully she can make it, but this time my sister, she said she wanted to, we'll have her as a
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
Carmen, so it's gonna be really fun,
Ooh.
because if I talk a lot, she tells me, like, move over,
I get out of the way.
get out of the way. She's not gonna let me talk. So it's gonna be a fight against sisters being like, no, no,
I'm gonna be like, round one, go.
So
That's cool.
it's gonna
I
be
like
fine.
Carmen.
She's worked since she was so young. Like, we both did, we used to sell candy. Remember I told you? We used to sell
Oh
candy
yeah, I
door to
remember you used to
door. We
tell
were
me,
like 14, 15.
yeah.
So that was
That's
our
true.
first
I remember you
job.
telling me that.
That was our first job.
That's cool.
And we used to help out my aunt like that. Well, because if you guys don't know, I was adopted by my aunt. That's why I call her aunt. But I lived with her. A little backstory on why I call her aunt. That way they don't get confused. But anyways,
Yeah.
I live with my aunt, so I was raised with her. So we used to help her out a lot. Like, we would make good money for 14 or 15-year-olds, We would like go and sell candy
good.
door to door with big, like, those big blue boxes that you would carry. I don't know if you've seen those kids around. Like, they're carrying a blue box
Yeah.
like that, and they're full of candies, like peanut brittle and chocolate turtles and gummy bears and cookies. So we would carry this bag
How come
full
they
of,
don't come anymore?
because it's child's, what is it? Child labor.
Oh yeah, I guess.
But
you were doing it. So why aren't they doing it
yeah,
now?
but
I
that's
want candy.
No, I'm just kidding. No, we were getting paid good though. But I mean, obviously, okay, so think about it. The fucking candy was $6 each, and we would get like $1 something or $2 out of it. So this guy, the guy that was doing it, was making pretty good money off of us.
Bang.
Yeah. So, but either way, like okay, so we would work, let's say like Friday, Saturday, Sunday, like the weekend. We would get off, we would get off school and then we would eat and then he would pick us up like around 4 or 5. And then we'd end up going, like we would work the whole night and then get off like at 10:30, 11. And then the next day would be
Yeah.
6 in the morning. We would get up at 6 in the morning, go to work. We would go eat breakfast or whatever all day, dude, all the way till 10 at night.
Fuck no. That doesn't
All
sound like
day. All day.
that's a
Being
lot.
acalorados. Like fucking, it was insane, but it was like a fun experience because we were helping out my aunt and we were like hanging out with friends because, you would hang out with them. But if you were
Yeah.
working
Selling
still, we were still working and then we would sell because people would see us and they would see us all like tired and shit. And
little kids. Yeah.
we were little kids and our stupid little thing. I'm gonna ask her if she remembers like what we used to say, because we had a little script that we had to say, like for us to get hired. We had to learn that script and then we would say it in front of him, and then he would be like, "Okay, you're good to go. Like you can work." And
Oh,
it was like, "Hi, my name's Lorena and I work for Future Careers. It's an organization to keep us out of drugs, alcohol, and gangs," or something like that. If you can help us out, well, I don't know what it said, but it was a script like that, like it said like to keep us away from gangs, drugs, and alcohol, and off the streets and all that.
yeah.
So people would like, and then we would be like, yeah, we'll take pennies or change or whatever you have, and then like they would bring out their big old fucking gallon or big old shit full of pennies or change, and we would start counting $6 or as much as we could, like $18, $12, 20, whatever, so we can sell.
That's crazy.
Sometimes they would do that, or like they would be like, yeah, we take checks, we take, it was fun. It was like really cool because you learn.
Cool.
You're like 14, 15, and you would end up making like
And you're
$600.
learning.
Like you would end up making like 600, 500, $400 that weekend. So we'd end up like helping my aunt, like we would give her
Oh, that's
money.
cool. Between all of you or each 400?
Yeah, like it depends on what we would sell, right? But imagine I would sell, well, it would be the weekend. So I would make $400 and then Carmen would make like 600 because she would sell more or whatever, right? She would sell more than I did. So, but then again, she was older, so I but so we'd end up like selling pretty good, and then we would go like Sunday when they would pay us, and then we would give my aunt her money, and then we would keep some because we're young, and then we would end up like she would take us to like to the mall or to Roller King or like we would hang out with our friends with our money, it was really cute. It was a really fun time.
That's
I loved
cool.
it. So I don't want to talk a lot about it because I want to have my sister and talk to her and be like, remember we used to work for Paul? That was our boss. His name was Paul. And he had this
Yeah, I remember
broken
him. You would
back.
always mention him.
Yeah, so I don't want to say a lot, which I already kind of did. But it'll be fun to hear from my sister.
Yeah.
You're like, yeah, shut
No
up.
le dejaste nada a tu sister.
Well, I mean, I'll continue this talk with my sister, and that was the time that we worked together, and then we worked again when we were like older. And she was so funny because I would be like, huh?
No, I was gonna say I worked with my sister only at one job, and it was our first job when we were 16.
¿Dónde?
So it was just crazy.
¿Dónde?
Fast Lane.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, dude. Damn. We had a lot of good times on there too, so
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll talk about all that
I don't want to
because I
spoil
want to.
I
I
won't
want.
spoil it. I'm
I
like, I'm
know.
not
I already said all these things, but I'm probably gonna repeat myself again. But who cares? You guys watch it. It'll be
all right, cool.
fine. So that'll be
It's gonna
all
be
for
fun, yeah.
today. I hope you guys learned a lot and just keep looking up to women and supporting women. I feel like we should just support everybody. Stop hating. Stop being a fucking hater,
Stop
woman
hating,
hater,
guys, for
or
real.
judging, or like,
Over
oh
your
my god,
fucking
she
high
wears.
horse.
Yeah, like support each
And
other.
like,
If you
yeah, like just let people do them. Like,
Yeah, just stop being a hater and support each other. Can
I,
do it.
all
All right. Well, we'll see you guys
right,
on our
buddy.
next
Bye,
video.
guys.
Bye.
Bye.
What a time to be alive. Start a podcast, become a DJ. Try and fill the void inside. I'd be lying if I didn't say that sounds nice. Wake up, check your phone. But the battery's down.